In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to file your taxes. I will approach this as if this is your very first time filing taxes, just to make sure that we cover all your bases in a straightforward tax filing. Hey everybody, my name is Michael and welcome to the Real Michael Berry channel, where I have a passion for seeing millennials being successful with their money. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel, giving it a thumbs up if you find value in the video. Now, if this is your very first job or you've been establishing your career for some time, anytime you have changes in your financial situation, it affects how you file your taxes. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a straightforward tax filing just to make sure you have everything that you need to have, but you have all the options as well to have an easy transition when filing your taxes. I recommend that you watch this video through its entirety, and the reason why is because I don't want you to skip out on information that could be key to you and your financial situation. Now, I'm going to start with the first point here, and the first one is simply what's going on when you pay your taxes. If you receive the W-2, the company that you work for has pulled out a small portion of your check and paid that to the government. They've done this throughout the course of the year, and if you looked at your pay slip, you'll notice that. You'll see the money that came in, as well as money that went out, whether it went to medical, paying taxes, or other deductions you may have. Now, one of two things can happen. If the company you work for took out too much, at the end of the year when you file your taxes, you're going to receive a return, and that money means that you can do whatever you want with it once you receive it. Or they did not pay enough for you, meaning that at the end of the year when you prepare to file your taxes, you're going to have to pay a little bit more to make sure that you've caught up to pay your taxes at the end of the year. Next, we'll be focusing on the documents you need while you're filing your taxes, with the first one being your W-2. If you are an employee, meaning that you work for somebody else, they will send your W-2 to your home, and this will show you how much you've made throughout the course of the year, as well as how much you paid in taxes throughout the course of the year. Next, if you've made more than $10 in interest from a checking or savings account from your bank, they will be sending you a 1099 INT form. This will show you how much you've made in interest from those accounts. If you're in the stock market, you will be receiving a 1099B form. This will show you how much you've made or lost, and it also will show you how much dividend income or interest you have made on your accounts. If you have student loans, you will be receiving a 1098E form. This will show you how much you've paid in student interest, which is a tax deduction. For people who have a mortgage, your lender will send you a 1098 form. This will be tax deductible when it comes to your property taxes or your mortgage interest. Now, most of these documents should be available for you late January, mid-February. So be on the lookout when it comes to your documents. Here are your options when it comes to filing and preparing your taxes. If you have a complicated tax structure, or if you have a business, you may want to look into getting a tax advisor. Whether this person comes from Nature on Block, Jackson Hewitt, or is an accountant, this person is able to handle complicated tax structures, but then at the same time giving you the least amount of errors when filing your taxes. Now, with that being said, this is the most expensive option, so you want to make sure that you keep that in mind. The second thing is, you're able to do it yourself, but do it through a software. Now, this can be through Nature on Block, this can be through TurboTax, TaxAct, eFile.com. There are a lot of options that are out there where you can file your taxes for free, federal and state, and then at the same time, they do try to upsell you on some features so that if you're interested in it, go for it. If not, you don't have to. And then at the same time, they're able to give you direct deposit. They're able to give you a pay card if you choose that. They're able to file it electronically so that way you're able to get your return sooner. This one is the most convenient option. This is one I highly recommend for most people. Then lastly, you have the option to do it yourself. This one is the least recommended option because when you do it yourself, you have to deal with pen and paper. You have to mail it in yourself. You run the risk of getting lost in the mail. It becomes more of a headache than just doing it online where it's done for free. When it comes to the best software to use, I personally had experience using TurboTax as well as Nature on Block. For me, they're similar and they're different. They're similar in the sense that they all use the same tax codes. So no matter what you typed in, they're going to give you the same payout. But they're different when it comes to the user experience on their platform. Me personally, I like HR Block because it's just easier for me to use, and I've used it for the last 4 or 5 years. On the other hand, my wife, she likes to use TurboTax, and in this situation, it's just easier for her to use. Now, in the description down below, I'm going to add all 4 companies so that way you guys can click on, do your research, see which ones you like best. Doesn't mean that you guys have to go with these options, but you do have an option to go with when it's time to file your taxes. So I will be doing that for you, so check that down below. And as always, thank you guys for your support and see you in the next video.